Button. I'm Nina.
I'm Jessie.
Today, we're reacting to Gen Z needing help.
Oh, I mean, I need help, but...
I mean, these people really need help.
Send me money.
Okay, let's start with this one.
Let's start the show, bro.
Well, she wasn't sorry when she cut in line and then screamed.
A Gen Zer cuts in front of you and others, throws stuff at you for confronting them, and then proceeds to play the victim.
Well, she wasn't sorry when she cut in line and then screamed. I didn't see you! To make it... Oh, I just asked her if she saw anyone in line. That's an adult.
That's crazy.
Do not leave, sir.
This is a really important point to make, too.
So
I don't need help like that.
that's an adult toddler. Is that what they call them nowadays? You know, if you're going to act like that in public, maybe just don't leave the house. Do you have anything to say about that?
How do you get to that point in life? How do you get there to where you're screaming like that in a Walmart?
Have you ever gone into a store and a child has a temper tantrum like that where they're on the floor rolling around and screaming?
I worked for Walmart for a collective of 3 years.
What did you do in those situations?
Walked away
Really?
every single time.
You didn't want to get involved?
No, I'd usually try and force my break. I'd be like, I'm leaving.
Well, I think Gen Z has a problem.
I think that person needs significant mental intervention.
I have a feeling they're not getting the therapy they need. Here's another one.
This woke snowflake had a harrowing experience simply because someone didn't use their pronouns. Gen Z has no chance at all.
Tried calling friends, nobody's picking up, so I just am gonna dump this here. It's the middle of the day, I completely understand, but I just had a really harrowing experience at work.
Oh no! What happened?
I have this one coworker who simply refuses to use the correct pronouns for me. I've called her out every time she misgenders me, and she just is resigned to not change.
What? Oh no! How terrible! That's just...
And today just broke something in me. I just snapped. I ended up yelling at her after the third time she misgendered me, and within like 30 minutes, like, I use they, them pronouns.
That's just awful! How terrible! Oh no!
And I just started explaining to her, like, I'm sick and tired of this. Like, you need to at least make an attempt.
Make sure you leave a like on this video, and if you haven't yet, subscribe or follow.
I don't understand the problem. If you use they, them pronouns, right, you should be okay with any gendered term, right? Because you're saying that you don't associate with or decline from either gender, right?
Something like that.
So why would you be upset if someone calls you she if you're going by they, them? If I hear that you're going by they, them, I'm going to assume that you are gender fluid, therefore, or non-binary, which means you switchy swatchy, flippy floppy.
Maybe she wants to be identified as multiple people.
Well, that seems like the actions of someone who identifies as multiple people.
But why would you be upset if someone is calling you by, like, if someone called me by the wrong name and they kept doing it over and over again, I'd be like, okay, I guess I'm Sam. Name is Nina. Don't know how you got Sam out of that, but okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know, why would you make yourself more,
Confrontational?
what's the word I'm looking for? Why would you hype yourself up over something that's it's just a word?
Why would you become confrontational over something that's minor?
Yeah, that's not the type of person I want walking around in the world.
Also, if like 3 times of being called your actual gender bothers you, then you might want to like seek help. Because if that's the worst thing that's happened to you, who are you? And how spoiled? Can I just say, if that's the worst thing that's happened to you in the past week to a month, how spoiled are you? How spoiled? Because I've had a really, really rough last month. And I can tell you that if somebody called me he, it would be I get called Jeff every time I pick up my food. Every time I order takeout, they call me Jeff. Do you hear me going, they called me Jeff? No, I pick up the goddamn food and I walk out of the restaurant. That's like the least of my problems. The very least of my problems.
So,
You've probably seen food with the name Jeff on it come through, and you're like, who's Jeff? I'm Jeff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Like, if those small things make you upset, then what would a big thing do? Would she have a heart attack?
If someone calls me the wrong name, I get over it really fast. Really fast. I don't understand
Why
the problem.
do you think that why do you think she has such an issue with it?
Because she can't control this person.
Do you think it's about control and that's why she's getting upset?
Because what she wants is to be viewed as a they them, but this person doesn't prescribe to her nonsense. And so far in her life, all she's ever gotten was, okay, honey, good for you. So for the first time in her life, she has someone who's not gonna like bow down to her wants, and she's frustrated and she's mad even. She's yelling at her coworker because her coworker is misgendering her. You know how many times I've been with guys at work and they're like, boys' night. I'm not a boy. Do I get mad? No.
No, but see, with them, it's all they are, is their identity.
It's all they have.
Right. So when you call them by what they perceive as the wrong pronoun, even though the other person is correctly sexing you, they're gonna
They take it as anger or like resentment or like bigotry, but in reality,
yeah.
this person probably doesn't even realize she's doing it.
And even if the person was doing it on purpose,
How are you going to function in life? How are you
Right.
going to function in life if this is how you respond to that?
Right. And you are giving strangers way more power over you than you actually should.
Based on your outfit, you probably work in a restaurant. You probably make hot dogs.
Or maybe
And
a Starbucks.
burgers. One of the two. You serve food to people based on the hat and the black outfits. 100% you serve food, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you do when the customer misgenders you?
Do you
Do
scream?
this? What are you going to do if you go out and you go to the DMV and they misgender you? Are you going to scream at them? Or the cop, if the cop misgenders you, are you going to scream at the officer? I don't understand.
Or your dentist, are you going to try to correct him if he misgenders you while he's drilling your teeth? I don't think that'd be very smart.
Nope.
But this generation seems to have a problem with self-control and self-confidence.
They have no confidence in themselves, but they manage to flip that into having all the confidence in themselves. And they're so easy to anger.
They have confidence in believing that they can control other people and how they speak.
Yeah, because they've been so far in their life, they've been able to.
And if a coworker was talking, the coworker wasn't talking to her when they misgendered her.
Yeah.
They were talking to someone else about her. So now you're controlling a conversation that you're not even in.
She didn't say that, did she? Or you're just making up a situation?
I'm assuming, okay? How could a coworker misgender her by talking to her? Aside from just saying you're a she.
Right.
Because normally people are, she'll get that in a second. You know,
yeah, I mean,
if you're
I
working
understand
together.
what you're saying. Yeah.
So now you're trying to, what if you're not in the room? Is it okay if she misgenders you if you're not in the room and you're not able to hear it happen? You know, it's very mental.
Yeah.
Next.
All for more daily news. America's future is in big trouble when Gen Z can't even look at a staircase.
All right, turn around.
Finally here.
How does it feel?
This means I'm literally shaking.
Oh my gosh, you're literally shaking.
I can't believe this.
This is how girls react to Taylor Swift.
Oh my God, you're literally shaking.
Oh my God, you're like literally shaking. It's very, that's a chick. Obviously, I think we all know that that's actually a chick.
A chick who's probably into dudes.
Are you talking about your child or are you talking about your boyfriend? You're talking about your girlfriend who identifies as a man and is doing a very, very bad job at it. A very bad job at being a man. I would never see a man do this unless he was a gay guy or
Yep.
he was mentally unstable.
Yeah, guys might drop their jaws. They might just be excited to be there.
Might
But-
scream and jump around. Seen that.
Yeah, like holler and shout. Yeah. But like,
they don't go, "Ah!"
they don't
like
like
that.
Yeah.
That's not very masculine. And it's a slap in the face to actual trans men who do put in the work, unlike this person who's not doing any. I mean, how do you know the difference between this person being a trans man and a non-binary or a queer?
Oh, you don't.
You don't know the difference. So now it's all like a muddled mess of genders. It's queer, it's non-binary, it's trans. It's just a cacophony of madness, of gender. It's just the it's if we were in a cafeteria, okay. If we were in a cafeteria and one not booth, what do you call them? The cafeteria tables. One table is full of the queers, and another table is full of the non-binaries, and another table is full of the trans, and another table is full of the gays, and another table is the lesbians, another table is the bis. Where are you sitting?
In the bathroom.
I'm eating in the fucking bathroom too, babe. I am not going in there because that is a nightmare and a half. I'm eating in the fucking bathroom. No, I'm going to go outside. I'm going to have a cigarette. I'm going to drink some coffee, and I'm going to hightail my ass out of there.
You're not allowed to bring tobacco on school property.
Oh, I did when I was younger. We smoked in the bathroom.
I'm just saying.
Okay, here's another one.
This person just came into the bar and said, "Hey, what are your pronouns? You kind of look like a they, them." And I hated that they were right.
What you want? What you want? Say wrong pronoun bad. Say correct pronoun bad. What? What you want? You come up, baby.
Hey, we're all in the same boat.
She nailed it.
What do you want? It's a good question. I mean,
because you want to fight. You just want to fight.
They just want to have conflict, so they feel like interesting people.
It's like
ooh,
me
I had a
being like-
confrontation with someone. Now I have a story for my friends.
It's like me being like, oh my God, I went to a bar and they knew I was a lesbian.
Ooh.
I'd be happy that they knew I was you know how hard it is to be identified as a lesbian?
I don't think anyone comes out as lesbian anymore or gay.
But no, as looking the way we look, we're not butch dicks.
Right.
So, God, take the dick word out. God forbid.
Yeah.
We're not butch.
I forgot. YouTube likes to censor
That's why
the word
I'm telling you here, and you can leave it in our members only.
Members
stuff,
only.
And members only. You get to hear me say dick. But yeah, I mean, they just want to fight. They just want to fight about the whole thing.
I agree. I think they're very bored people.
But no one knows that we're lesbians because we don't look like butch dicks. So if someone were to come in and to the bar that I'd be at, just a regular bar, and be like, "You're a lesbian," I'd be happy. You know how hard it is? No, you know
I
how
do.
hard
I
it is
am one as well.
To be just only hit on by women.
Well, you'd have to walk around with a rainbow flag or a rainbow shirt or something.
I have
in
a
order
tattoo on my wrist.
Yeah, but you're not going around like, everyone look at me.
Ta-da! You can't see it because I can't spin my wrist that way.
Yeah,
it's there.
you can't see it. It's there. It's there.
Hi, babe.
I know. Okay, here's another one.
It's almost time for Jeopardy.
So I'm a member of a DID system, and for me right now, that means that in the coming months, I am going to be able to watch some of my best friends and some of my closest companions get the body of their dreams that matches their gender, that makes them feel happy, and in exchange, I'm going to have to give up my own. I'm cisgender, the majority of my headmates aren't, and we've decided to transition. Which means that as happy as I am for the men in my system, I am about to have to watch myself go through the wrong puberty. And it's gonna be permanent. Anyways, everybody say congratulations to the men in my system, because they get to transition, and we're happy for them.
There's so much to unpack here.
Yeah, she kind of said it there, didn't she?
I don't even want to touch it.
How do you, there's a lot, she's got multiple personalities in her head.
This alone, if this person starts hormones and goes on to surgeries, this alone shows you, number one, clout is a big thing, and number two, mental health is not being checked before they give these people hormones.
No, we don't have a system. They don't have a system. They have a system in their head.
Clearly, that's what she said.
There needs to be an outside system to be able to reel these people back into reality.
Oh, good
because
luck.
social media is allowing them to kind of go wild, go apeshit with the identifying as neurodivergent and different mental illnesses and different genders and animals. It's a mess out there. And the sad thing is that not long ago, people used to be able to identify people just by looking at them. Now, when you see someone, you're like, okay, this could be a queer, this could be a non-binary, this could be a trans. I'm just not going to talk to them because they look like they're probably going to yell at me. That's how I have to walk in the world nowadays. Do you feel me?
Yeah.
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 And that's what they have brought into society, is people wanting to avoid them because it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Because they make their problems your problem, and you just want to go home. Maybe you had a really bad day. You just don't want to run into people like that.
I agree. Yeah, and it's hard. It's hard because they're all over the place.
They
You don't know
are.
who.
You don't.
And you can't tell just by looking at them. But if they look like they might be a little like old school hippie vibe, like if they look like they're a modern hippie, you run the other way because that usually means they're of the influence.
Yeah.
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 Anyway, like and subscribe to our channel, join our memberships, and all that fun
Yeah.
stuff. Have a good one.
Yeah. Comment.
Oh, and comment.
Telling people how to refer to you when you're not there. Saying you're a woman doesn't cut it just 'cause you grew out.